Hey guys, welcome to Code Decode. So today we have digged more into tricky code Java interview questions. So let's quickly get started. So the very first thing that interview may ask you in a Java interview is that how do you create a class which follows a singleton design pattern, or what is a singleton design pattern. But the tricky part is what are the different ways in which you can break a singleton design pattern. So this is a tricky part. So there are basically 4 ways to break a singleton design pattern, namely reflection, serialization, cloning and by executor service. But we are not going to cover executor service right now as we haven't created the tutorial for the same. But you know the reflection. So the way to do that is just create a simple constructor and just make it as accessible as true. As soon as you do that, your object constructor is visible to you after the because of reflection, and then you can just do constructor.create new instance and you have a different new object created. So this is the way how you can create a new instance from a singleton class of type prototype, because the hash code is going to be different. Similarly, in serialization, you can do just object output stream, object input stream to serialize and deserialize your object. And once you deserialize your object's hash code is going to be different from the previous one. That makes sure that your object is no more singleton because a new object is created due to serialization. Similar to that is a very simple thing, which is nothing but cloning. A way to do that is just do your original object dot clone. As soon as you clone it, a new singleton object is created with the same object properties as the old one, and that's how by cloning also a new object is created. So these are basically 3 ways in which you can actually break a singleton design pattern. If you want me to create a live demonstration for the same, please let me know in the comment section. I'm going to create a singleton class for you, and then I'm going to show you 3 ways in which I'm going to print the hash code of these 3 objects and show you that these are all different, and hence we'll make sure that the singleton design pattern is broken and the hash code of all the 3 are different. If you can do it by your own, that is great, but if not, just let me know in the comment section. I'll create a video for you. Another very important question that people may ask you in the Java interview perspective is that what is the difference between no class definition found error and class not found exception. So they are classically very big difference between both, but let's quickly see it through a demonstration. Okay, so the first one we need to see is a class where I should have class not found exception. So class not found exception demo. Okay, so what I'm going to do in this class is I'm going to create a main method first for you. Okay, now in this method you are always aware that there is something called as class.forName, right? Class without any generic parameter. I'm just going to have class.forName, and here I'm going to pass some parameter whose class I want to have in a reflective way. So this is basically nothing but a reflection. I'm using class.forName, which is nothing but part of a reflection. I'm trying to get a class out of a package name that I'm going to give. So com.mysql dot say suppose jdbc dot driver. So you have seen this already, right? During jdbc, what we always do is we always do class.forName and we pass the driver class name, and this will actually load the driver from the class path. But can you see there is no driver so in the class path? So what will this happen? What will happen? This will end up into some error. So suppose if I don't put throws, I put try and catch also, then also I'm able to print my stack trace. So let me quickly run this for you and see our exception is here. So let's first understand what this class not found exception is. It is not compile time exception. So when we wrote this, there is no compile time error. It doesn't say, the compiler does not go and check your class path and see, is this driver present, is this class present in your jar? It doesn't go. It's a runtime error. The very first thing is, it is just a runtime exception which is thrown when application is trying to load a class at runtime using a way, like a class.forName is a way, load class is a name, find system class is also a method, a way to find a class on the a particular class with a given full package name in the class path. But if you doesn't find it, then what will happen? A particular exception is thrown, which is nothing but class not found exception. So I think this much is clear to you. Here, if I had on my class path MySQL connected Java's jar, then this particular exception would not have come. So I think this much is clear. Let me quickly move to no class definition found error. So let me quickly create a new class for you. Okay, I can say no NoClassDefFoundError demo. Okay, what I'm going to do is, again here also I'm going to create a simple main method for you, but in this main method I need a class. So let me quickly create a new test, remove my dot class. Okay, so this is my class. It is going to have int a equals to 10. Simple. Now what I can do is, I can just have my remove dot class objects instance created in the main method. My dot class equals to new remove my dot class, and if I try to print in a main method, okay, let me remove this console, it's distracting me. So what I can do is, my dot class dot a, it should print me 10. Great, my things are working fine till now. I have my two classes in place, no class definition found error and remove my dot class file. Now 10 is printed. Great, good till now. But how can I find this particular error, no class definition found error? So basically this is runtime error. So let me quickly go to my properties and go to the bin folder. In this class, if I remove this dot class file, so this is, okay, just a second, this is my dot java. So this is my bin. Okay, in bin class, if I remove my dot class file, if I do that, in that particular case my no class definition error dot java, which is here, will not be able to find my dot class file. So this java is present here, but dot class is not present at runtime. What will happen? It will give me an error, no class definition found error. So this is nothing but an error. This was an exception. This was exception, class was not found. This is an error that dot class file is not present. So let me quickly rename it for you rather than just removing it. Renamed. Okay, now can you see this dot class file, remove dot class? No. So if I run it now, this 10 won't be printed. Rather what happened is, no compile time error, because remove dot class is present, dot java file is present, but what is not present? In the bin folder, this is not present, dot class is not present. So what it says that code decode / remove my dot class is not present, and hence no class definition found error is actually occurring. So this is the basic difference between those. Now let me quickly make you go through the real differences in a theoretical way. So we can see class not found was an exception, and this was an error. It was of type error. It occurs when application tries to load a class at runtime which is not updated in the class path. Like the driver class jar was not there on my class path, hence this happened. While this occurs when Java runtime system doesn't find a class definition which is present at compile time but missing at the runtime. So you can see here now, this particular class is present at compile time, but it is missing at runtime because I have removed the dot class file, I have renamed it. So this is a simple way how you can recreate a no class definition found error. This happens when a compile time is present, but at runtime that particular dot class file is missing. Now it is thrown when by the application itself, while it is thrown by Java runtime system. So this is the application level exception, and this is because it is thrown by Java runtime system, it is an error rather than an exception. It is thrown by class.foundName, load class and file system, like I've already told you, find file class system classes. These are the three ways in which you can, if you use these three methods, you should be sure that ClassNotFoundException is not thrown. It basically occurs when class path is not updated with the required jar files. Like in the previous example, my class path was not having which jar? My JDBC driver jar for MySQL. This happens when the required class definition is missing at the runtime. So this happens when jar is not updated on the class path. This happens when your dot class file is missing at the runtime. So this is very important interview question. It is asked from my colleague in the TCS interview question. So just remember this. Now let me quickly move ahead to the another question. Apart from string, what else predefined classes we can use as keys in a map, like in a hash map or any map? what are the predefined classes you can use in your keys. So we know that you can create an object which is custom object, and you can make it immutable and final, and then you can use it as a key. But what are the existing predefined ways in which Java gives you that you can make use of these as the keys in map? So these are a string, as I've already told you. These are also integers and other wrapper classes like byte, character, short, boolean, long, double, float are other natural candidates of hash map keys. Now let me quickly go ahead with a very important question. Please make sure that you know what we are trying to do here, okay? This is related to Java 8. So now, given an employee list, so what you are given is, you are given an employee list. You are asked to sort these employees based on their salaries in decreasing order. So this is a hell lot of tasks we need to do here with Java 8. That is, you need to first use a stream, then you need to sort, and then you need to sort in a descending order. So there are basically two ways. I'm going to show you that. I need a class, and my class will be Java 8 EMP demo. Now before that, I need at least an employee class, right? So let me quickly create an employee class. Okay, suppose my employee class is going to have private int id, private long salary. Okay, let me make it a simple primitive only right now. It will be automatically auto-boxed and unboxed if required. Now I can quickly go and source and generate first getters and setters for both of them, generate, and simultaneously I can generate also the toString because I'm going to print it for you. So source generate toString. Okay, I think this is enough. The ID and the salary is what I'm going to print for you. Let me remove this console, it's distracting. Okay, so I think my employee class is ready. I just need one more thing, last thing, which is nothing but constructor. It will be helpful for me. So source generate constructor using field, both of them as together. So great, my constructor is also in place. So basically I have my employee having ID and salary. Now what is expected from me is, given the list of employee, so I need to create a list of employee first. Okay, so let me quickly go ahead into my class and I'm going to create my list of employee. EMP list equals to new array list of type employee, and I'm going to put my employee, I'm going to put some values into it. So EMP list. Okay, so first we need at least a main method, and we can put all those into my main method. Now my EMP list dot add. Now I'm going to add a new employee, so I can just create a new employee right now with ID as 1, and suppose the salary is just 500 right now. I'm going to put at least 7 to 8 values so that it is easy for you. I think this is enough. This is 1000, then next can be 1500, then 2000, then 2500, then 3000, and then 3500. Simple. Now what I have is, till now I have given at least a list of employee who are going to be into my EMP list. Now I need to sort these based on their salaries. Now we have seen in Java 8 a way to sort using streams, a simple list of integers, list of long. But how do you sort an employee list? So this is basically a custom object. You need to sort not only just on the basis of employee, but on the basis of one of the attribute of employee. So this is difficult part. So what we can do quickly is EMP list dot stream. Very first thing you need, if you want to use any operations of stream, first you need to open the stream. Now next we have already seen a sorted. Now sorted, if you can see, it is overloaded method. It takes a simple sorted based on something or a particular comparator. We need to basically sort it in the descending order. So I'm going to take a comparator where I'm going to take two objects, suppose O1 comma O2, and then a lambda expression such that return me O2 minus O1 salary. emp dot get salary method minus O1 dot get salary method. What I'm going to do is, now since I get that, what I need is, I need to collect it. First, I think let's quickly convert it into an integer, else it might give us an error. So this is my comparator done. Now let's quickly see whether this sorted thing is done. Now I can do collect, and collect as collectors dot toList. I know this is a bit pain, but you need to remember this because nowadays people are asking this too much. So it's better that you remember the syntax so that you won't get in a rush during an interview. So this is a simple syntax. You create a stream, you create a sorted. So we have already seen this thing sorted. We have already seen this comparator. In the Java 8 videos, we have covered all of these. Now what we are going to do is, we are just going to do O2 minus O1, which is going to give us in a reverse order. And then we are just going to collect it into the list. So now this is going to give me a list. So let me quickly take it in a list. So if I have this in place, what I can do is, I can just simply print it out. SYSL. And I can just print it like that only, because I have overridden my toString method. Now I think this is sorted in the descending order. So we have it in ascending order: 500, 1000, 1500, 2000, 2500, 3000, 3500. So you can see employee with ID. Oh my god, I've put ID, everything is 2. Oh my god, okay. These are the different IDs. Let me quickly change the IDs for you. And okay, now let me run this again. So you can see ID 7, the salary is 3500, 3000, 2500, 2000, then 2000, 1500, 1500. So let me quickly make it like this. Okay, great. Now this is much more visible. It is in descending order if you can see. So one task is at least done. What they have asked is, given an employee list, sort the employees based on their salaries in descending order. So this is my employee list created. I have opened a stream out of it. I have sorted based on the objects given, and I have put the reverse condition. Rather than getting O1.salary minus O2.salary, I have reversed it. O2.salary minus O1.salary. This is the simple way to reversely sort your given array list. So that is as simple as that. Now let me quickly move ahead to more operations on these. So the more operations can be, fetch top 3 salaried employees from that particular list. Now you have done this much, but interviewer may not stop here. He may even try to get more out of this. So what he will ask you now is, now since this is done, please fetch only 3 employees whose salary is highest. So what you need here is, I just need employee with ID 7, 3500, 6, 3000 and 5 with 2500. I don't need these. So there is also a way to do that, and a way to do it is with a limit. Now limit, I can say limit 3. Only top 3 salaried employees I need. Who is fetching the highest salary? Please give me that. So let me run this. Great. So I have ID 7, 6 and 5 with me. These are going to have the top salaries. Now even further they can go ahead, fetch all the employees having salary less than third highest salary. Okay, so let me first make you understand what he is asking. You need to fetch all those employees whose salary is less than third highest salary. So what is the third highest salary? 2500 is the third highest salary. Now he needs all those employees whose salary is less than that. So you need 500, 1000, 1500 and 2000 as your output. So rather than using limit, there is also one more way, that is nothing called as skip. And I'm going to skip till suppose 3. If I'm going to skip 3 out of it, then you can see that rest all we are getting out of it. So it's like 2000, 1500, 1500. So these are the employees whose salary is less than third highest salary. So third highest salary was 2500. All these employees are having less than 2500. So I think this much is clear. These are simple operations of Java 8. If you want more such type of questions on Java 8, if you are asked in an interview, let me know in the comment section. I will cover all of them, all the possibilities in them. The very important question then can be asked is, why character array is preferred over string for passwords? Now you have already seen that for passwords you use string, but now there is a shift in this particular concept, this logic. Now the people are moving from strings to character array. Now the interview will ask you why to use character array over the strings. The reason is that strings are immutable and they are stored in the string pool, which is a part of the heap area. Now since it stays in the pool for being a long time until it is garbage collected, therefore even if you are processing a particular string value, say password, it remains available in memory for an indefinite period of time thereafter. So we don't know when garbage collector is gonna take it away. So until then it is garbage collector. You have no control over the garbage collection. You have no control over the string constant pool. So basically if you use string, you are completely helpless. Why? Because of two reasons. First is the garbage collection. Second is the string constant pool. It is not usually garbage collected as quickly as the other ways. So therefore, if anyone has an access to memory dump, so remember using this word memory dump. So whenever you have access to memory dump, what you will potentially get, you will get all the heap data out of it, and also heap contains string constant pools. As soon as you get the string constant pools out of it with the memory dump, you will potentially extract the sensitive data called as passwords and exploit it. So to prevent this particular immutability of things, because once you create an object, it is always into the string pool. Even if you make it as null, it will still be there for some time if others are pointing to it. So that particular string is there in the string pool and it is hazardous. So in contrast, rather than using immutable objects, you should better use a mutable object. And what is the mutable version of string? The better version is character array. So character array is nothing but a mutable version of immutable string. So better use character array, and once you store the value, you can use it, and once you are done with it, you can set it to blank. And as soon as you set it to blank, you have the confidence that no longer any of the memory dump is going to have your data. So that's the way, that is the reason why nowadays most of the real-time projects are moving towards from using strings as the passwords to character array as the passwords, to prevent the confidentiality to be leaked over with the memory dumps. So that's all I have for this video. If you need more such content, please let me know in the comment section. If you need me to cover two things, firstly such type of Java 8 questions, and secondly if you want me to cover, I have this also ready. If you want me to cover the singleton design patterns, breaking code, so basically the Java code for all the three, let me know in the comment section. I have this prepared for you. Thank you.